It's that time of the year again where it's way too early for it, yet LEGO does it anyways, launching their Christmas themed products, namely the family Christmas tree I'll be reviewing in this video, the biggest seasonal release in the history of the company as far as I'm aware, that may even top this year's Winter Village Holiday Express train. So without further ado, thank you LEGO for sending this for review, and let's move on with the video. The email I got from LEGO suggests this is a new theme branded Families, hence the set's name probably, with one of its major focus points being the fact that this is indeed a family build that can be done by up to 6 builders at a time, as shown in the box. Not really sure how the Build Together app manages this, but the physical copy of the product does so with 6 different instruction booklets, each having their respective sections of the build. By the way, this set has 24 numbered bags, so if you want, this thing has that advent calendar type appeal to it if you'd like to build a bag per day leading up to Christmas on the 25th. On top of these 6 booklets, there is a 7th one that details how to take the Christmas tree apart, which is useful for storage as all of us have the box of Christmas decorations somewhere in the house, right? Well, the set's box actually doubles up as the place for you to store your set away after you're done with the holiday season, as it is a bit sturdier than most LEGO boxes. What I found curious and actually very thoughtful was the inclusion of a smaller cardboard box for you to store all of the minifigures and smaller builds that come with the set, instead of just having them loose in the bottom of the big one. Minifigures wise, there's 7 included. Santa and Mrs. Claus are pretty much the same as the ones seen in the City Advent Calendar, though Mrs. Claus here has a decorated dress piece which the calendar didn't include. On top of the couple, there's also 5 elves. These 2, for starters, have the tree badge, in the same spot where last year's elves from Santa's Post Office set have their mail badges, so there's clearly a theme here denoting where their workplaces are. One has key gear, the other a Doc Ock style arm arrangement with some gifts in there. The third elf has a plain elf torso, but then equipped with a helmet, sword, and a nicely Christmas-themed printed shield element. The last 2, however, are my favorites, not due to the bright green classic space helmet and air tank, classic space fans will surely be all over for, but because of their ugly Christmas sweaters, one with the classic space logo with a holiday twist to it, and then the other featuring the brick-built cat included in this set for some reason. Interesting build, that's for sure, but that kind of feels out of place here. Santa's sleigh with a single reindeer in front is totally justified though. Simple design with some cool building techniques in the back and some stickers for the sides, control panel, and a funny license plate. The reindeer comes with extra pieces for you to have it on its own if you'd like, a move I won't stop praising when LEGO does it for such animals included in sets. Now the star of the set, and I don't mean the one above the tree, even though it looks really cool, is of course this massive Christmas tree build. The sheer scale is kind of impressive, as is the use of these new to me botanical foliage pieces, 96 of them to be more precise, that have several connection points for decoration elements, including the bows or these non-functional Christmas lights in red and orange, nicely recolors of a piece I know from Marvel's Mysterio minifigures. Now, even though the new leaf pieces and decorations make this all look very dense, you can kinda see a bit of an internal structure going on. Not that pretty at places if you look close enough, but in there nonetheless for a very meaningful purpose. You can actually pull some branches aside, which in turn ends up revealing the Christmas tree interior. A weird concept, I know, but in the spirit of Christmas magic, it all makes sense. You kinda need to rearrange the foliage a bit so you can get the best possible viewing angle inside, with 4 different levels to explore, 2 in each of the sides of the tree. Starting down here, there is a workshop in place, probably the workspace of the elves to make Christmas gifts, with a few tools and toys ready to be boxed, plenty of stickers for decorations, including a funny one by one of the side panels with the employee of the month. Above, there's a play area for the elves to relax after work, with a few gaming machines, an arcade and pinball one, and a Christmas tree down the middle. To the sides, a few more stickers with elves' portraits, and Lloyd from Ninjago. This mailbox by the door can be opened from the other side, where there's a simple room with a clock. Next to it, a kitchen/bakery area where a coffee machine and some cookies are, and another fun detail with the Wi-Fi code referencing something the reindeers in LEGO sets will never be due to licensing issues. The last room features the so-called Santa's computer, from where the Christmas operations are controlled from, with a ton of displays and dials done with both stickers but also printed elements, including this panel element back here. At the base of the tree there's a small steam train on a winter setting that we can make go around by turning either of these knobs on the sides of the base. I would have liked the gear multiplication to allow for faster movement, but I guess that's just a minor nitpick at this point. Turning the knobs down there doesn't just turn the train though. The clock by that room above does turn too, as does the Christmas tree on the elf's break room. I would have liked the movement to be transferred all the way up to the star for coolness sake, but I'm not complaining. It is a fun gimmick as it is. What wasn't so fun was the repetitive nature of the build. As you can imagine, putting down all of these botanical elements in place wasn't that thrilling, and I'm saying this even though I had helped to build it. And even though this is a family set, I'm not sure kids will have a lot of fun helping out with the build. The different floors of the tree required fairly advanced building techniques that are prone to building mistakes, which also take the majority of the building time, and then the fun details like interiors or Santa's sleigh are a relatively small part of it all, so do keep that in mind. If you decide to go forward and get it, you'll have a really cool looking Christmas tree in the end though. I usually don't have a LEGO display out for the festive season, but I'm strongly considering doing it this year with the tree, the Holiday Express train, and a bunch of Winter Village sets from previous years. When it comes to pricing, this 3,200 piece LEGO set will retail for $330, which is a lot to spend on a Christmas tree. A price of $280 to $300 would have been nicer to get your money's worth of LEGO out of it, considering the price per piece ratio, the minifigures with exclusive prints, the new pieces, storage boxes, and a fun display piece that will last you a lifetime. Do keep an eye out for the next video on the channel, as it will tie in very nicely with the LEGO family Christmas tree, but suffers from similar pricing issues. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.